Welcome to the live. Let's get comfortable. Today's live is going to be about how your childhood story may have misled you. And I think this is an important conversation to have. Because so many people, including myself, created a version of themselves because of their childhood, because of how they interpret their childhood. Because that's what a childhood story is. That's what a story is. It's an interpretation of something. And you can call it childhood story. You can call it childhood trauma. But all it is an interpretation of how you perceive something. But that perception of how you perceive your childhood is what created the person you are today. And when you start remembering who you really are, you will realize that perception that was governing your life was not the truth. Now, it doesn't take away what happened in your childhood. It doesn't take away of certain circumstances that happen. But what it does do, it elevates the story that you associated with what happened. And lately, I've been doing my angel cards, and one of the cards that keeps popping up for me, and I keep asking, what's my blind spot? What's my blind spot? And even today, and I've been pulling this card for going on 2 weeks now. And today, instead of asking what my blind spot was, I asked the angels, what do you want me to ask or know that I haven't asked you? And the card was still the learning experience. So I was like, okay. And I was like, well, what else do you want me to learn, to learn? Right? And I just decided to pray to the angels, to source, be like, look, whatever it is that you want me to receive from the learning experience card, please open it. Please put it in the forefront of my mind. And so the answer actually came to me that right now it's a time for me to think about all the things that I've been through and that has shaped me, and really reflect on what I learned from those things. And now everything is coming to me. It's like a floodgate of so many things that's going through my mind that I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I learned. And so that's why today I wanted to talk about the childhood story, because that is something that had me in a chokehold for 30 years, was my childhood story that I experienced and that I continue to tell and relive in my mind. And what now has transformed me in that story was when I took ayahuasca. And ayahuasca, when I was in the journey of ayahuasca, I remember at some point the vision about when my mother was about to leave me. The vision, I was starting to go into that moment in time of where she was on the bus and I was outside the bus, and I was about to go into that moment. And before I know it, the shaman had stopped the music, and ayahuasca was like, no. And everything went black, and I woke up, and it was like, no, you don't go there no more. That is done. That is complete. You don't have to go there anymore. You don't have to be in that anymore. And then the next day when I took Washuma and the experience I had with that, it was just like everything that I've been carrying all my life and carrying from generations, I no longer have to carry it no more. And now when that thought, if that thought comes to me, or if I'm talking to my mother, it's like it does not affect me anymore. It doesn't matter anymore, because I decided to change my perspective. I decided to change how I see myself, how I see my mother, and that I no longer have to identify with the past anymore. That's what my journey in ayahuasca and Washuma reminded me, helped me to remember that, like, I don't have to carry the past anymore. Like, the past is the past. And if I choose to go into the past, I can look at it in a totally different way. I do not have to look at it in the way that I was looking at it. I don't have to look at it through a lens of pain and hurt. I can look at it in another way. And when you remember who you are, you do not choose to identify with pain anymore. When you remember who you are, you don't have to identify with the past, because it doesn't matter anymore. And when I was, this morning, or today, I don't know when I did it, I did this meditation. And this meditation, it was a 10-minute meditation, and I had an outer body experience. And it was amazing. And I was receiving downloads. Like, I literally could feel the energy. Like, my crown was open and I could feel the energy of the downloads coming through me. And it was like complete joy. And I just started laughing, and I could feel that inner child within me just filled with joy and emotion. And it almost overtook me. I was about to start crying because it was just taking over. But then I was able to channel it and allow it to go all through my body. And it was amazing. It was like I was literally on another plant medicine journey again. It felt like that. If you've taken plant medicines, you know what I mean. It's that wave. But it was like coming through my crown, and just like, and even after my meditation, I couldn't even move. I just felt drunk. I felt like, yeah, and my mind kept wanting to drift off, and sometimes I would allow my mind to drift off, and then I was able to come back because there might be a noise outside or something, and then I would come back to my body. But it lasted for a good 30 minutes to where I was just in this trance, and yeah, it was amazing. It was an amazing experience, but it made me happy to know that I have the ability to open myself like that. And it wasn't intentional, it just happened. And so after that meditation, things started, my mind started opening up. And then that's when I was able to receive the message about share your learning experiences through, what you've gone through and where you are with it. And so what I wanted to share in this moment just is about your childhood, about your childhood story. And you have to know that the person that you've been up to this point is just a distorted version of who you are based on your childhood. Now, I'll say that some people may not have a childhood story that distorted them, but just over through life itself, you've created a distorted version of yourself. Because everybody is different. Everybody has different journeys. Most of us, we created who we are developed who we are through our childhood experiences. Most people, that's how you became who you are based on your childhood. Some people's journey is different, and they just through life, they became who they are, but it's still a distorted version of themselves. Like, I don't believe anybody's exempt from that. Oh, you found gold. Let's see. You want to go live? Let's see. If it's crazy. Let's see. They wanted to come live. Welcome everybody to the room. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay, they left. I was gonna let them come on live. Yeah. But when it comes to your childhood story, there's a question for you. Because people are coming in and out. But what is one thing that you have learned that your childhood story has misled you? Like, you had a childhood story, trauma, and as you grew up, you've identified what happened. And now that you are remembering and waking up, okay, that's fine. What is that one thing for you that you realize that it was distorted? It wasn't the truth. Because how we look at life, we perceive life. And most of the time, we're not present enough to just experience it. Because we are mental, we are minds, we are nervous system, we're perceiving it. And based on the frequency of your perception will determine how you perceive life. You know, some people perceive life and it's high vibe and it's joy and it's great and it's amazing. And some people perceive life and it's low vibe, it's pain, it's suffering, it's dark. So everyone perceives life differently. So when it comes to your, how did it help you perceive life? For me, I was perceiving life like I wasn't worthy of love or being taken care of or being chosen, and it makes sense to me how I got attracted to things like when I start waking up being the chosen, because all my life I felt like I wasn't chosen because my mom didn't choose me. She chose my brother, and so now it was easy for me to be persuaded into being chosen because I felt a sense of a lack of worthiness, a lack of care and love, and that's what my childhood story helped me to create about who I was. But once you wake up and remember who you are, you know that that's not true. You know that you are so worthy of love. You are loved. You are always chosen because you were chosen to live this life. You wouldn't be here if you wasn't chosen to be here. So when you remember who you are, you stop living and reaching for validation to the outside world to give that to you. When you remember who you are, you start seeking that validation within yourself, the source within you, the connection within you, the light within you. When you remember who you are, you know that love, joy, peace, freedom, everything is right here. And you just don't look out there anymore for it. Because it starts here. And in the more that you connect to the inside, to the heart, I'll say the heart of you, then it will amplify, and then your reality will start to take shape of your heart. See, right now, majority of the world's heart is closed. So this is why the world looks the way that it looks, because it's amplification of closed hearts. Okay? And you will continue to see the world unfold in this way until the world consciousness opens its heart again, so things can transform and elevate to reveal more light. But when you have a closed heart, it's hard for you to receive light and amplify that light out. Okay. Let's see. Yes, we are all on the same frequency. And what frequency is that, Silas? When you open your heart, when you have the ability to open your heart and expand, you have the ability to receive. And you will receive so much wisdom, so much light, so much consciousness. And that's what people don't seem to understand. That's what I didn't understand. I'm going to add myself to that. Well, for plant medicines, I was not in the awareness that my heart was closed. Put it that way. I was not in the awareness. I know I kept working on myself and doing the work, but I didn't realize that I was doing the work with a closed heart. I didn't realize that until I got to see. Well, I was trying to, but it's oh, okay. Oh, it's you. Okay, I thought it was someone else. You in the closet. Get out the closet.
I'm in the pantry. In the pantry real quick.
Hey.
Peace and blessings. I just want to add to what you're saying. It's so amazing that you're saying the exact same words that I've been saying. I've been going live on different avenues and really seeing the shift that came just recently. The shift is the led by heart. The what is it called? Peace instead of proving. It's so important that we stop trying to prove and we regain our peace. No more validation. Seeking validation for others. We got to start seeking it from ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Your heart, like you said, your heart is actually the strongest thing that you have that connects the physical to your spiritual. And people think it's weak, but it's your mind that you got to protect, not your heart. Your heart's telling you the truth. You ain't got to second guess that. You have to follow that. I'm telling you, you have to. You have to feel that. And sometimes our heart we be like, man, why is our heart so big? Why is it so overactive? No, what the problem is, like you said, the world isn't using their heart. It's not working on the right vibration. So don't stop using your heart because they're not. See, that's how you get like them, and that's how you lose everything. And that's how you become more of that seeking that validation, And it's so important to realize that no, they're different, not us. We're chosen. That heart is going to lead us to the next dimension. I'm telling you, if you don't have that, this next year coming up and for the future, if your heart's not vibrating there, you're done. I'm telling you, you're not going to get there. And it's sad because people have failed by seeking certain people who gave a beautiful story and sounded so amazing and had knowledge, you know what I'm saying? But they weren't led by heart. See, there's a difference. Your heart's going to tell you who you're going to feel it. Like you're going to feel who's real, who's not. I don't care how many words they use. Those words ain't going to register. I'm telling you, they're going to sound good to you, but they're not going to hit you. They're not going to hit you right here. They're going to hit your mind, but not your heart. So when are we going to start using our heart again? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? That's the question. Heart led, higher heart. People forget there's a higher heart. And that's actually the 95% of the brain that your mind that you supposedly don't use is actually that heart. They don't realize that. They use only 5%. That's why it's so fragile, so manipulated, and so easy to be abused because they're not led by their heart. And your heart will never try it. Your heart will never lie to you. Like every answer that you need, use your heart instead of your mind. And how much you want to bet it's always going to be right.
Well, you know, I had said this the other day. The reason why people are hesitant of opening their hearts because it does allow you to be vulnerable and open.
Mm.
And most people are afraid of what that would look
Turn it
like
up.
or feel like because their shield, their protection is their pain, is their closeness. When you open your
Mm.
heart, you don't got that no more. You don't got that
That's
type
it.
of protection no
But
more.
that's a lot. That's a trick. I mean, yeah, you're right. The comfortability of it. But
Mhm.
remember, your open heart doesn't mean your heart isn't guarded because it's the wisdom that you get. Remember, it only takes all energy in and it squeezes it and it turns it into wisdom. So it's not confused. It's not going to be hurt. Trust me. It might feel discomfort, but that's not pain that we think of. That's actually trying to get the information that you need out of it. So you gotta still like that's what we gotta say. We get so used to being survivor mode where we're cuddled up. Like, no, we gotta let our heart just flow. It's not weak. It's not going to be abused. It's not going to break. It's actually transmuting into a higher understanding, a higher consciousness. So if you're not using it, then guess what happens? You slowly wither and die. Think about it. If your heart's not working, your spirit or your physical actually start
Okay, hear you.
suffering. I think I got a call, but
Oh,
it's gonna. Can you hear me? It's gonna start suffering to the point where you see people who get depressed. What happens? They stop moving. They stop eating. They laying down. You know what I'm saying? That's because the heart is not functioning correctly. You know what I'm saying? And they're holding it back because they so-called got their heart broken. No, you're supposed to actually transmute that so-called heartbroken into wisdom to actually grow to a higher consciousness to feel even better about yourself, to realize everything is actually from within. You see what I'm saying? From every time you go out, you're going to get hurt. Remember that. Choose you first, and then everything else will follow you. But you got to have love for self first and project that out to others. You see what I'm saying? So you, and then spiritually, people get hurt spiritually. So guess what? They stop believing spiritually. Their heart stop working spiritually. So all they know is physical now. Now they don't care about. They give up on, like you said, even with the situation I went through. They went through that, and guess what? Now they don't believe in any spiritual. They can't even listen to anybody who actually has truth. So now they cut that off all the way. So now their spirituality is dead. Which your spirituality actually gets you back to your true authentic self. It's not you. Spirituality is not you. Stop saying I'm spiritual. No, it's a vehicle to get you to your essence of your soul, which you came here for in the first place, which is through the heart. You know what I'm saying? So people get trapped in these traps, and it's sad because they don't know what the heart is, which is the most important key to everything that you to your existence. Period.
you
And you
know,
had that as a baby, child like mine.
and he used to teach. He taught us about the heart. But when I went to the plant medicines, they
Mm-hmm.
made it all make sense. Like so for me, I never closed off on what he said. I just over the
Yeah,
years picked and choose what I resonate with. Well, I'm like,
yeah.
I
You have a lot
believe
of
in that.
truths.
But then
Yeah.
when I went to the medicines,
Mm-hmm.
then everything that he taught,
Added in.
hey, now I see why he said that because now
Bingo,
it all
bingo,
makes sense. I was like,
bingo.
okay.
That's when that spiritual and physical connect. When you can get both sides, you know what I'm saying? Not just spiritual, but you can see it physically too.
Yeah, and I just, whew, you said a lot. You said a
I'm
lot.
sorry I talk a lot quick. Like I'm so excited though, because this consciousness is like this shift has came and like it just downloaded, like it just jumped in me. Like I'm like, wait a minute. And it just makes sense because I've always felt like this since I was 3. I knew what I had to do. I had to forsake everything that I loved and understood to get to where I am now. I had to choose a foster care system. I had to choose getting away from having every toy I wanted, everything I could ever imagine being called, oh, you cute, here go $1. Like that was creating this program in me and I felt the poison. It was sickness though. I was like, oh, I don't like this stuff. Even though I got all this stuff, I don't like it. I don't want this. What do I have to go through? So I had to go through pain, you know what I'm saying? And go through these experiences to learn. It's the heart, yo. It's the heart. It's the heart. Simple.
So your in your childhood story, you were
Mm-hmm. Yep. At 3 years old, I remember when I first asked my dad, what is that good and what's this evil? Like I just had this concept. I just knew. Like I said, and he told me, I said, I want good. And I want that feeling that's different than what I'm feeling right now. And then boom, everything started happening. I promise you. Cops bust down the doors within a month or so, arrest them. You know what I'm saying? I get taken away. They take all my toys, all the clothes. They do all that. So I had nothing. I started with nothing. I might have had 2 outfits, you know what I'm saying? And I couldn't even fit those. You know what I'm saying? So then there was women that was like just hateful, was abusing me, sexually, physically, and emotionally. Like everything was happening. You see what I'm saying? But and it was hard as hell. I ain't gonna lie. It was like repetitive. Like it was like, God damn, what am I doing? But at the same time, there was something in my heart that won't let me want to give up. I was like, I needed it though. Like I was actually feeding it, and it was actually growing me and making me stronger. Okay. So that's what happened. Like, and then going through that, and then changing my perspective on stuff later. I was like, wait a minute. I'm not weak. I used to feel unworthy, you know, all that stuff I felt. But I had to go through that process though, because if not, I would have been like everyone else. I would have been a selfish motherfucker who thought he had everything, broke everybody's so-called heart, their minds manipulated. I would have been that program. I really would have. But I already knew I came here for a different reason.
Yeah. Yeah, that is, and it's all perfect. It's all part of the
Yeah.
journey. Nothing was incorrect. Our parents, the situations before we came into physical, we decided that this was going to be my storyline. This is you're going to be my
Yes.
mama, you're going to be my daddy, you're going to be
Yeah.
the person that's going to molest me and do all of this. We're
Yeah.
this is the movie, and now let's go down there and let's play that part so that
I
I
promise
can
you.
be a part of your journey and remembering. That's what it's all about. This is
Yeah.
this is what I'm going to do. This is my story to get back to remembering that I'm a
Hmm.
part of the oneness. I'm the light. I'm the
Yeah.
source. This is
Oneness. That's the key.
that's
Yes.
that's the story. And so some people, not right now, Zen. I knew he was gonna come up here. That's why I locked the door. I said, let me shut this door and lock it because we flowing. So the message for people like you and me and everybody that's watching is that now we're on the other side. This is why we call the light workers. This is why
Yes.
we are
Thank
who we
you.
are,
We went
because
from
we're
the
like,
dark.
hey, okay, don't get caught in the story. Yes, that
Hmm.
happened. Go this way.
Hmm.
Yes, this happened to you, but come this way. Keep going. Start
Appreciate
remembering.
it.
It's like we're the omens. So this is why a select few
Hmm.
wake up and be like, oh,
Wait
we
a minute.
we are aware,
Wait a
so
minute.
we can get the other parts of ourselves
Yes.
aware of what's going on. That's what it is.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
the
And look,
game.
and you had to start, like, think about it. You had to start in the darkness so you can get familiar with the darkness. I'm telling you, I had no idea about the darkness, but I chose good so that, like you said, I went through all those dark experiences. And I'm telling you, each person that was doing what they were doing to me, like you could see the darkness in their eyes. So now I'm so familiar with it. Like it can't fool me no more. Like I'm like, cool, I see you now. So I could, people know it. Like I see literally who they are, what's going to happen, everything in their life, literally when they come by me. And they're like, damn, they kind of try to stay away because they already know that I see it now because it's been so much familiar with my heart that's transmuted so much of that energy and information that it's like, damn, now my heart can't be fooled anymore. Seriously, it's already went through every fucking thing that you can imagine that you could go through is right there now in my heart. And that's why I tell people, don't be scared of your heart. It's actually there to protect you. It's your actually strongest suit.
Ooh, you know what this is reminding me of? It's reminding me of the story of Jesus, right? This because I look at it as a metaphor. Like
Mm-hmm. It
Jesus
is.
had to come in physical form to
Mm-hmm.
experience the human experience, to go
Yeah.
through the hurt and the pain. Because how could you lead or guide or help people remember when
Yes,
you have
if you
never
don't
been
go through it.
through it?
Exactly. How could you? How could you? He even said it though. He said there'd be people that would come that would be as great as me or even greater. So that means going to go through even harder hardships, but going to come out like that diamond, that coal that doesn't explode but actually turns into a rock, you know, into that beautiful diamond that comes out and can shine for those who need to hear it. Because how could I tell you what to do if I ain't been through what you've been through? I couldn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. Like it's impossible. So you have to go through what you go through. And there's one more thing that I learned also is that we have to understand that like we want our parents to be a certain way, but remember, if we had it our way, then we would never be who we are now. So if they were the so-called perfect, loving, unconditional, how will we ever learn how to truly love? You know what I'm saying? You have to experience is the only knowledge you got. I don't care how many books you read or what you see, but it's your experiences. So you would never be who you are right now if your parents was who you wanted them to be. See what I'm saying?
Yes, that is
Think
a
about that.
that's
Think
a
about that.
that's a fact. That's what Kabbalah teaches. Kabbalah teaches that when it says honor your mother and father, honor them because they are who they were. It's what shaped you, who you are, and it's not about them being perfect. It's about them being who
Yeah.
they needed to be for you to become
hmm
you are.
hmm
That's
hmm
why you honor that. And
hmm
but most of the time we don't honor it. We judge it because we wanted them to be a certain way, but they are exactly the way that they're supposed to
Perfectly.
be so that we can return to the light. Because like you said, if we had the perfect parents and had the perfect
Man,
light, we wouldn't
you be
even
so selfish.
be having a desire to connect back to the
Yep.
oneness. We
And
like,
another thing,
how good here.
exactly, you wouldn't want to leave. You'd be comfortable, and also you wouldn't even know the familiarity with the darkness. So you would be fooled many times. You see what I'm saying? Your mind would get hijacked because you have no idea of the enemy. You just think that everything's beautiful and light. I'm telling you, there's so many people who've been sheltered, they so powerful. I'm talking about they powerful people, but they don't even know how to handle the dark though. They're being tossed and turned. And they're just I'm talking about these are powerful, chosen people, but their parents hid them from the dark, kept them in the light the whole time. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, that reminds me. Somebody said that it doesn't matter if you um, had a messed up childhood or a too sheltered childhood. They
Both
both
bad.
can mess you
Bad,
up
terrible.
like
Mhm.
equally and stuff.
I'd
So
rather go bad. I actually rather have the bad one than the too sheltered one. Because what's going to happen is, yeah, they ate you up when you're young, but now you're grown. Now you're just diamond now. But if you've been sheltered, that means you've been hidden from this. Now you got to do it as an adult. Man, like I'd rather do it as a child in my childlike mind. Because when you're the closest to the source, then, you know what I'm saying? Now that you get that age, you almost done. Like you ain't got much time to get it. So I'd rather get it young so I could do what I need to do now. Now I'm in my purpose.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah. Well,
saying?
some people are late bloomers. I kind of consider
They are. They
myself a
are.
late bloomer because I think I really started waking up when I was 36. Well, that's when I
That's,
went to the group. I was the
hey, that's
oldest one
that's the
there.
perfect number though. That's the perfect number to wake. Seriously, I think everybody, no matter what you've been through, 36, if you chosen, that's when it's gonna really hit you. Seriously, that's when you're gonna get to a different frequency. We do a different frequency at 36 years old. That's when it's gonna happen. Seriously,
Yeah, yeah.
seriously.
I um
It's weird, but I think that's when it really hits. I mean, it hits you the greatest. Like that's when you're gonna know. You just gonna know what it is.
yeah, and I think that's why with that experience, you're
That's
talking
perfect.
about why
hmm
why it affected me the way that it did and
hmm
why I handled it the way that I handled it. It's because
hmm
of that, because of the maturity, because of it me being 36 and that's not
Man,
an
that's a blessing.
I was
That's
able
a
to really
blessing.
take that and integrate it and see it for what it was.
Yeah.
And most people that were there, they were under the age of 25.
Yeah, so they were
I
so
couldn't
manipulative.
imagine doing something like that at 20, under the age of
Mind,
25.
but your mind not even developed fully the way it needs to, your heart not really pumping like it needed to. Yeah, that's so, and it's why so many of them so broken, you know what I'm saying? Truthfully, still broken.
Yeah,
So
and
broken.
now that I'm on this other side, now I can just understand and just know that everybody had their own journey in that, because it's just like with the plant medicines. I don't know if you've taken plant medicines, but
I need
everybody
to,
can take the same thing and
mm-hmm.
have a experience in a
Yeah,
different journey.
that's
And
fact.
that's kind of like now,
About to
instead of
study it.
the ex members,
Mm-hmm.
now I just understand everybody had their own journey.
Yeah, because we all can go through the same experience and we're gonna come out a whole different way. But that's the beautiful part of oneness though. We're all a piece of the puzzle, but we need each piece of you. The puzzle's not gonna be finished with all big pieces, all little pieces, all left pieces, right pieces. No, we need everybody's piece to actually exist in harmony. So we could, that frequency, that's the movement of frequency and stuff, is that everybody has a journey and a path to go on. And it's beautiful because that's our soul essence. That's our whole purpose. It's getting back to our soul essence. So whatever journey you need to take, please take it. Don't look at it as bad. No, actually, this is a blessing. You needed nature. You needed him to fall into the evilness because he was at once trying to do right. But you needed to see how it is when somebody has the knowledge but not fully healed, not fully, cleansed, not fully detoxed. Because it didn't being a people. Look, the key though was the people pleasing part. We got to be honest. That's where you feel that. The people pleasing and seeking validation, getting attention. That's what caused everything, honestly. See, we
Mm.
got, and it teaches that lesson now, never to seek anybody else. When you got the truth within you, what the hell is you doing? Everybody came to see you and hear you, but now you're trying to put on a show for everyone else. And look what happens. Now you fall on their journey, not yours. Now you losing your soul essence. Now you've been put in a place to where now you got to reincarnate and do it all again. See what I'm saying? No matter what you say or what you do, you're going to have to do it again now. I'm glad that he's starting to like say, the truth about the source of mama and the women. Like I'm glad that, but look what it took though. It didn't have to take that. And now
Yeah,
you're saying
because
stuff that we've been saying for years. See what I'm
well, you
saying? Now we
know,
get
well, you
it.
know, in the beginning, it was about the black woman is God, and I think that's why we were protected
Mhm.
because, and he was mainly protected because he was
Because of y'all.
the divine feminine.
Because of
But
y'all.
once he was like, nah, the black man is God, then he
Look,
cut off. Then
look,
that's when
look. I promise
everything.
you.
That's when
I
it went bad.
promise you, they
Yeah.
don't understand you. Like the women, like y'all women are so freaking protective and so amazing. And I'm telling you, you don't have to do anything besides being that steady, calm, divine masculine and do what you're supposed to do. And that's just supporting and uplifting from behind, not from the front. And I promise you, you wouldn't be able to go to jail. I'm telling you, nothing can happen to you when you are protected by the true divine feminine. And all you have to do is love them. But not he started using that energy to take for himself because he wanted to seek validation. And I promise you, they are God. You know what I'm saying? They are the protector. They are the all nurturing, all caring. And when it get back to the matriarch, you'll see what I mean. Men are going to actually be more successful in the matriarch way more than they are in the patriarch. The patriarch is actually destroying divine masculine. See what I'm saying? The matriarch is all about love. Like it's all about harmony. They never ever once wanted to hurt anyone. They always put them by their side, always gave them the love they wanted. They knew who exactly where they were, you know what I'm saying? And there was no jealousy or ego based. It was all nurturing and compassion. And you see with him, like you said, he had everybody loving him. But look what happened. Started abusing them,
Yeah.
manipulating energy, trying to be them, trying to take the throne just like all these other men did. The
Well,
witch hunt.
well, what I see, I don't see a solution in matriarchy no more than I see it in patriarchy because it's about coming into balance between man and woman, feminine and masculine. Because even if we took on the matriarchy way, at some point when it's too much on one side, then it's going to be out of balance. And so, a good perspective I received was in Kabbalah is saying that the feminine is the vessel. We are the
Hmm.
receiver of
That's
the
true.
light, and the male energy is the light. So
Okay.
it's like this is
Okay.
why you want to nurture the woman, love her, pour
Yeah.
into her, because
Yeah.
the more that you love the feminine,
More,
the
the
more
more
that
light's gonna
vessel
come out.
will expand
The
to
lighthouse.
receive
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
light.
Yeah. The
So
light.
if her vessel all cracked up and the hole is this little, what do you think she can receive? She
You can't
can't
receive
receive
nothing.
nothing. You have the
Yeah, just like
capacity.
Mother Nature. Just like Mother Nature, if you're drying it up, not fertilizing the correct, it's not going to be able to produce and receive what it needs to produce the fruit. That's fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
fact.
And so that's why it's very important for men to be very selective with the type of woman they choose, because the type of woman you choose, it
Absolutely.
will it will determine how wealthy you will be. It will
That's
determine how
absolutely.
you will be, because of the woman, the vessel that
Hmm.
you choose. But it's a give and take. But you must love and pour into this vessel so
Yes.
that then it will multiply and
Produce.
what happens.
Yes. That's so true. But I also think like that's so true. But I also think that like now we get to the point where we always say men are choosing women. I really believe it's kind of the opposite
You think
in
so?
a way. I believe a woman should be choosing that man who can truly fertilize and nurture and push her to where she belongs. Because I'm telling you, sisterhood matters the most, in my opinion. It matters so much because they are working together. Think about monogamous. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, but look at how rough it gets. People
Okay.
become
Okay.
people become so selfish. Like it becomes a prison. Like you can't, there's nothing you can't grow outside of that. And sisters, think about it. Sisters be getting lonely. The man got to work all the time, or the sister got to work. The man get lonely. What about us coming together and choosing the right people, like the women choosing the man? You know what I'm saying? Truly choosing the man that actually nourishes her. Like, you might be a more so-called masculine woman. So guess what? You might need a more of a feminine energy, not saying gay or anything, but
I
somebody
know
who's
what you mean.
softer. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's softer who can come in and fit in, because you got a masculine woman and a masculine man coming together, they might bump heads all the time. They might have so much energy that it's just not working right. You see what I'm saying, with her or her friends. So I really believe that men don't want to tell the truth, but I believe we are really truly supposed to be pygmies. Like, truthfully, like we're supposed to be like the peacocks. We are anyway. We don't tell the truth.
Well, I still believe, even if I do still believe that when they say that a man choose the right woman, I
Hmm.
do still believe that the woman still has that choice,
Oh yeah,
whether
yeah.
she wants that. I don't think, oh, because he chose you, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I do believe that the woman still has the choice to do that. But going back what you said,
Hmm.
uh, and let me know if you have to go, because I know you
No,
wasn't
no,
there.
no, no, no. I don't have to. I'm good. I'm
um,
good. Go ahead.
going
Just
back to
cooking.
what you said about men want monogamy and all this and that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I want us to go all the way back to the beginning of our conversation when it comes to the heart. The
Yeah,
reason why these relationships aren't working isn't because of monogamy or because of polygamy. It is because of
the
the heart.
heart.
So when I took the golden teacher, and when I was when I took all the medicines, okay, my heart was so open and
Mhm.
expansive that all I did was radiate love, and I could feel love. In that state, I did not, love was no ownership.
Yeah,
Love
yeah, exactly.
was
That's what I'm
no,
saying. There's no ownership. Exactly.
yeah,
But
it was
but
no
those situations make
identity.
ownership out of it.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
didn't have identity that I was this and I was a wife. That was
No,
my, it
yeah,
was all
you were
love.
willing. Yes, all love.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
you got so much love. So that's what I'm saying. You got so much love to give to most, so many people. But in these situations, you put a name on it. Guess what happened? Oh, you can't say hi to this person. You can't have a real stimulated conversation with this person. Or that's cheating. And there's so much envy and jealousy that becomes part of it. Now, are you looking at her? Or are you saying this? We're human with a whole lot of love.
Yes.
How can we not pour out that love to those who deserve it, though?
But
That needed to. Now, I'm not
what,
saying sexual. I'm saying just love in general. Because sex is nothing to do with any of this.
no,
That's like dead. That's the dead last thing that anybody could think about. It's about mind stimulation in the mind, like being able to communicate to the point you're like, oh my God, like we reaching the heavenlies off of just talking. We're doing more talking than people do physically. Distance doesn't exist then. Because you'd be like, damn, you more close to somebody that's far away talking wise than you are with laying with somebody.
that's
You
a
know what
fact.
I'm saying? It's deep. It's deep. It's really a good conversation to have, though. It really is.
Well, we're,
It's really a good conversation to have. It
yeah,
really is.
I believe that my child went outside.
It's all
Yes,
right.
hey.
If you're busy, it's cool. We could definitely
Well,
and I can get back.
he's okay. Because his dad is here, but I do. believe- Huh? Okay. I do believe that for me, everything that we see, down to relationships, down to the dynamic of men and women, down
Mm-hmm.
to the dynamic of racism, down
Yeah,
to
that
the
sucks.
family, the
Mm-hmm.
core root of that problem is the closed heart and
Mm,
forgetting where we come from. That's
mm,
and what we are all made of.
that's
And
fact.
ego the ego's role here is to create distinction, is to have variety. And it's okay to have that and enjoy the distinction and the variety of the journey, but do not let it consume you. Like, it's okay as a Black person that you appreciate the color of your skin and the
Mhm.
origin story of where they say we come from, but do not let it close your heart and
Thank
harden
you.
shrinking you and create racism. And now it's
Mm,
all about the
that-
color. It's about this,
that's a
this.
trip. You
The
said
real,
something, and that's a mean download. That's really a mean download because, like you said, that is powerful. Because their heart is supposed to close for a second. You know what I'm saying? But they keeping it there instead of letting it and getting the true information that the wisdom that's supposed to come out once you open it up. They're keeping it hardened. They're thinking that's where it's supposed to stay when you get this kind of information or this feeling against a white person or against a gender. Their heart is going, as soon as they hear a woman, their heart's going like this instead of opening. You see what I'm saying? It's forgetting the wisdom that is God. So you're right. You get stuck in that trap, and it's like, it's insane. It's like being stuck in a bottle.
because we come from the oneness, we come from
Yeah.
source light, we are light,
Yeah.
but we come to the physical, and then that's why we have the ego, so that we can separate ourselves to experience ourselves in different forms of ourselves. And that's what the ego is here. That's why we have
Mhm.
different color skin. That's why we have different texture hair. That's why we have all these different animals. That's why
Yeah.
we have journeys, because we
Everything.
left the oneness to
To
get
come experience, to see
yeah.
what's different.
But what happened was somewhere because
Mhm.
the what I learned
Ego.
in
The ego.
Bufo, what I learned in Bufo, the ego does not like the oneness. The
It don't.
ego does not
That's fact.
like
It
the
wants
one.
its own. It wants its own identity. It wants
Yeah,
its own. It don't want to be a part.
it, it,
It doesn't want to be a part.
it is the opposition
Yeah.
of the oneness. Okay, so
So
it's
we would
one.
call it the devil, basically, almost, if you would say so. Like a
Yeah,
version of the devil. The idea of, hell no, I'm not wanting to be one. I want to come look at me, please. I'm the one. You know what I'm saying? Forget that oneness. I'm the one now.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
it's like we start comparison, and then we,
Yeah.
because we're supposed to enjoy the
Experience.
different experiences,
Yeah.
and but it's like it's okay. Like I said, it's okay for you to identify with yourself as a certain way, and this and
Hmm.
that, but experience it out of love and joy and freedom, not out of hate,
Yeah.
segregation, not
Yes.
like just low vibrational energy and
Because
stuff.
separation is an illusion to keep you stuck.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. To keep you from one.
that's where people get disconnected from life. That's why so many people are trying to numb themselves from life. When we're here to experience, we're a nervous system. We're here to
Yeah. Ah,
experience.
the nervous system. Yeah, getting that back in
You know,
place. Yeah. Yeah.
that's what I just been thinking about.
I like that though, because that's literally the frequency of mom. Like I understand that this frequency, that change, this new dimension, really is heart led for real, and it's the wildfire horse. That's the area, and you got to be that wildfire horse, willing to know what go with your heart, just full true fire, not caring what anybody say. The truth. Remember, it's not time that heals all; it's truth that heals all. And remember, healing is instantly. People don't realize it. It doesn't take no. It's instantly healed. Healing is instant. They don't realize that because like we're all literally all three in one. Like you said, we've been here. We've been there. We already know what oneness is. We came here to re-experience it, but we already know where we're going back to. So why are we fighting our sole purpose of getting back there?
Well, you know why we fighting it? Because that's
Yeah.
the so the
You
ego
go.
don't want to go back there.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I
go.
don't know.
They
Until you get back there, then you're like, wait a minute, I want to go back there. Once you almost get that experience, near death experience or whatever it is, how many people you hear, I don't want to come back. Why'd I come back here? You
it's
see what
that
I'm saying?
fear, the fear of death. That's
Fear of change. Yep.
But that's what I realized is that we aren't afraid of the darkness. We
No,
like the
love it.
darkness.
We
The
love it.
light that
And
we're
we're
like,
scared.
oh no, I don't want to be revealed. No,
We're
I don't.
scared. I swear, I promise you, that's the biggest fear is when somebody comes and like, hey, I got something for you. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna let you read me today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm really secretive, but I already know, like, I don't want people to truly know who I am because then they'll try to abuse me and try to use me because I know exactly what sources brought me for. You know, it's like a genie, like it's that manifestation where my heart beats so open that if I connect with somebody who's ready to receive, I promise you, their manifestation comes just like that. And I don't even know what they be wanting. It's just my heart knows, my spirit knows. And they be like, man, this happened. I'm like, wow. You know, and they be knowing like, wow, this was you, wasn't it? But it's spirit though, it's heart. And we can do that for each other though. But we got to have the same heart. That's it. Anybody that got the heart The full heart is going to do that for their people because we're oneness. So I know everything you need and you know everything I need. We're one. Like there's nothing difference between us.
Yeah.
You know, so many people wait till they're 60 and 70 to experience it. They be on their deathbed. A white guy will be on his deathbed meeting a black nurse now. Like, wait a minute. This whole time I thought you were different. And now I realize you were just as loving or more loving than I could even imagine. You see what I'm saying? It'd be sad as hell though, that people don't know until the end. And they be
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. I was so mean to you, you still love me. They like, wait a minute, I was lied to. Man, that's why I said we got to take back our hijacked minds, man. We got to get school teaches that though. The school teaching our children that. That's why we must start retraining our kids every day that they come from school if they're going to school and tell them like, what did you learn? And I'm gonna break down the truth for you so you can get out that illusion. Because man, that's where it starts at. Hijacked minds of the children.
Yeah, and I just think it's a part of the experience. It's like as a parent, I don't know if you are a parent.
Yeah, I got 3 daughters,
Before,
4 and 8.
it's I had decided like once I had kids, I was like, I'm gonna protect him from this and that and
Yeah, we can't.
a certain way, and I don't want him to be influenced. But as time goes by, it's like you can't protect your child from nothing that their soul has came here to experience. So the best thing you can do is love them, give them community, give them connection, give them play, take care of them, be
Mm-hmm.
an example of
Yeah.
what you think is the right thing. Because at the end of the day, just like you and me,
Mm-hmm.
we went through our journey despite what anybody else thought and
Want
said.
it or how we want it. Yeah.
That's
Despite
how,
even what we wanted, we had to go through our journey,
yeah,
even if we wanted something different. That's true.
yeah, and that's just what I realized. And my child, he's going to be influenced by his soul has come here to be influenced by. Like, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
I believe. I
You
believe that
can't
you're
stop it.
influenced by anything that's not already in you.
Mhm.
So I just, like I said, I just tried to be the best version of myself,
Thank
show
you.
the way, and he can decide to go that way. But
Yeah.
just like my mom and daddy, I did not go the way that they went.
And remember, like you said, like no matter, just like we wanted our parents to go a certain way, but we would have became who we are. We also can't do that to the child either, because they got to go the way they need to go. But remember, they're here to teach us. Actually,
Yeah,
they're reminding us. We forget that we're not here to teach them. We're here to help them flow, but they're here to remind us how to get back to our childlike mind and our soul essence, our unconditional love, which is the heart that's open all the way. See what I'm saying? That's the beautiful thing right there. Is your
I
child is you. That's literally you looking at you that came out to remind you, hey, what are you doing? Get back to your soul essence. Get back to who you were. When you was a child, when you had unconditional love, when you knew all. Remember, we came in knowing all because we came directly from the source, directly from oneness. So we knew it all,
yeah.
and time, like you said, division, illusion, separation, all these ideas came and clouded our mind. But our heart still remained, though. Remember that our heart still remained. Our mind is what we got to get back, not our heart. Heart's always there, and
Yeah,
it's always going to be there. That's
I
what's actually connected through the ether to the source is your heart. People don't realize that.
yeah, it's the heart. It's the heart. And just like what you said throughout the conversation, like things are going to be speeding up. I know there's a shift in what's about to happen because for me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like ayahuasca,
Mm-hmm.
bufo, and all that, I never had a desire to do any of that. But
Thank you.
I know it came when it was supposed to come, and my life at the end of this year to
Mm-hmm.
clear 9 year cycle that I have been on to
Mm-hmm.
let's
Thank
go.
you.
Did it.
Thank you. The 9 year cycle. Yep.
Yeah.
You got
So
that cycle.
that's like, yes,
And yeah,
y'all
I'm
better
just
get
telling y'all to buckle up. I'm just telling y'all to buckle up for real. Buckle up and take this ride because y'all earned you earned it. You went through what you're supposed to go through, and now you know where you at. Your heart's flowing where it needs to be. So guess what? It's all abundance now. Remember, we're not chasing anything anymore. We're attracting it. So those they're gonna come. Believe me, they're gonna come heavy. The ones who are aligned with you, and that's on the same frequency. And the others are gonna fade away. It's called the great fade away. And remember, it's not through destruction. It's through gentleness. It's going to dissolve right in front of your face. All them illusions, all the things that's been said, you're going to be like, damn, everything I've been knowing and saying is starting to be exposed for what it is. And it's not destruction. It's not going to be through force. It's going to be through truth.
that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Fact.
Mm-hmm. The great fade away. Remember that.
Yeah, because like when I had went to Costa Rica 2017. It didn't make, again, it that I wasn't on that tip. I wasn't trying to leave no Babylon. I wasn't thinking about
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking
you just
about
want to be free.
where I was at in my life. But then when it came on my path, I was just like, yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah,
And I
exactly. Your heart knew. Your heart knew where you needed to go.
and I just I've always trusted my heart. And then
Yeah.
like this month, moving to Mexico back in July,
Mhm.
and hit me up September. It's like, yeah, we want you to be part of this. I'm just like, well, I like, and I did,
And look,
and
did your heart ever break, though? Tell me, did your heart ever get destroyed from any of these experiences?
never,
Thank you.
never.
Thank you. Actually made it stronger, right? It made it even more
Oh,
vibrant. It made it more wise. It made it more caring, more nurturing, more compassionate. You have to go through these experiences. Stop running from them. Stop running from the process. Trust the process and let it end correctly so that you can rise to the top. You know what I'm saying? That's the beautiful thing, that you are able to still trust your heart. Even though you've been let down and all the things that's happened, you still didn't let it change. You actually are vibrating higher now than you ever have. See what I'm saying? Your
mhm.
husband, all that. Like, y'all are at a whole different frequency now. It's like unstoppable. And you are the author of it now. You're not seeking validation from anyone else. Now you're writing the book of life that's in you. No one
Mhm.
else is telling you how to live it. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
beautiful.
that's
That's
amazing.
freedom. Remember, discomfort brings freedom. Don't forget that. Discomfort brings freedom.
Period.
So you
Yeah.
have to go through those discomforts to learn for yourself. Because you would have been wondering, like, what if I would go over here? What if I did do this? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You haven't experienced it. Don't think about it. Like, you have to do it. That's the only way you're going to learn. But I appreciate your time for sure. It's been
Yeah.
beautiful. And I'll definitely pop back up. And I really appreciate y'all, though. Y'all powerful people. Y'all couple is powerful. Business, like everything y'all showing is really the way it's supposed to be. But y'all got that because of what? Through that experience. See what I'm saying? Stop thinking things are bad. No, those are the best times of your life. That's the pain that's going to bring forth the wisdom and the abundance that you're going to receive because of it. You have to go through them. You have to go through. It ain't going to be easy, but it's going to be perfect
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it.
Thank
Blessings. Thank you for
you.
letting me up.
I want to like go live. I want to talk to people.
Yeah. I,
Like
I.
live.
You should though. Y'all got story. Y'all need to do more. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all doing a lot, but y'all got so much abundance to share to others for real though, and bringing the heart back to people.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Ain't
Yeah.
nobody else doing it. Ain't nobody else doing it. Everybody else has been defeated. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They've been defeated. They're supposed to be rising and they're sinking right now. You see what
Mm,
I'm saying? You guys are rising. See what I'm saying? So you guys got to share that. The world needs to hear it.
that's a fact. Like, yeah, like,
Yeah,
'cause thank you, because we kind of be in our own little
I
bubble.
know. And that makes sense.
It's nice to get feedback from people like, I'm out here and I see it. And then
Yeah, I see
I
it.
why? Because we were like literally on an island, and
Yeah,
then coming here to Mexico, I feel like it's just the floodgates is open. People are
yeah.
just like coming out of
Abundance.
everywhere because now they have access to us. Now before
They
Hawaii
didn't
was
have it.
stretched, you couldn't just go
Yeah.
to Hawaii. But
Kawhi's too far. Yeah, it's far away. Y'all got to be around the people because your heart, I'm telling you, you're going to attract, like I said, your abundance. Attract those who are supposed to be around you. They're going to flock because they're going to feel it. They're going to feel that true love, that true energy. Like, that's the difference. That's why I said people will fall for people like NB because at one point they were pure. But like you said, you hear the words, but I guarantee you they weren't fluttering your heart. They weren't They weren't really giving you that vibration that you needed to feel, that extra height, height in the sense, that immortal type feeling that when you around your soul people, your soul tribe is going to be, you ain't got to worry about no pain. I'm telling you, even the pain times is going to feel like it's going to be beautiful. So we just got to know, like you said, and sometimes we got to experience it to feel it, to realize, wait a minute, okay, if it ever feel like this again, I already know what it means. If it ain't like you, if it ain't these vibrations that we're connecting soul to soul without even knowing each other, like we know each other without knowing each other because we are each other. So if they not on that same frequency, they're not for you. Seriously, if they not aligned with you right away, if you don't know who they are, if they're not speaking to your heart right away, who are they? They're
yeah,
imposters. They're imposters. That's all. So
yeah,
I said, I appreciate it, and definitely y'all do y'all thing for real. Y'all definitely got a lot of knowledge and a lot of love. Y'all relationship is beautiful. The business part of it, the way y'all had to work and build it, you know what I'm saying, from not knowing each other supposedly to really you were knowing each other, but you didn't think you knew each other. But knowing each other is a beautiful thing. You see what I'm saying? And look how great it becomes.
Yeah.
How great it becomes the heart transmuted into the highest love that you can even imagine. See what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
patience. All about patience.
True, because all the way to this point, everything that I learned and I experienced, it was concepts, it was knowledge. But
Exactly.
now, like you said, oh,
Experience.
it's beyond concept. You gotta feel the
You gotta
truth.
feel it. You gotta feel it. If you don't feel it, it's not, yeah. It's
But
gotta
you
resonate with your journey.
feel the truth for
It's
it
your
to
journey. Feel
oh,
it.
make some type
Feel
of
it.
transformation. For
Mm-hmm.
what?
You
And
gotta feel it
that's where I'm at, and that's why I know I'm ready. I'm ready for
to
what I'm
start
ready
to.
for.
Exactly, and it's here. I'm telling you, it's here. 2026 is the start, and 27 is when the abundance fully is going to be. I'm talking about it's going to be unmeasurable, but it starts now. Though 2025 is passing. Don't let it pass you up.
Don't let
Follow
it
your
pass you.
dream.
Well, I got to go because we got an
Yeah, yeah.
appointment at
All right.
4 o'clock.
Much love. Much love.
It's always good talking to
Much
you
love.
and everybody.
Much
To
love.
take in what's necessary and whatever's not, just leave it. And y'all will see me back on live soon. All right. Oh, look about doing all this. No, chat now. That's programming. All right. Bye.